hold of my saddle.
Yeah, that won't work. But see how he's kind of like bowed away from me?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to ask him to actually go all the way further out. Contradictory signal. Escape. Have you done that monkey riding position?
Just with Christy and not very much of it. I just know that it's
right in front,
this.
yeah, and you.
Somewhere.
And it's like this. Like, think about, like, you got to make sure you're not leaning forward, but you don't want your hands so light that you're not really on your hands. It's like a really good, like, solid position. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it just, with him, it feels so very, it feels so low.
Yeah, well, you're set. It's a wind text, because I actually kick a step in your left stirrup a little bit. Kind of like a little off to the side.
Oh, should I open and close the?
No, once you do cinch it up with them open once, twice, lock them down, because then by then you've pressed. You don't want to press all the air out. You want the air, but you don't want it to be too, bulbous. We could actually, if we pulled it forward a little bit and left a little more air in it, that would also help. Because then it's not just the shim pushing on him. There's a little bit of, it's more air. Ready, bud? Sweet. I went that way, so we're going to go this way. Ooh, it's fast.
Somebody's heard of turtle.
That's what it felt like. Like it was like, you want to touch that? Will that stop you? So like every time his ear even goes away, that's when I would, because that's when he's really starting to check out. Once the ears go away.
Okay.
But see, he does the same thing Bella does. He pushes, or he like races right there. You can see it like, it's like, even when he turns his head, it's like that. So they're pushing like right there. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Take a little trot. See how it's ready. Yep. Lock your knee down as best you can. Like push down with your knee.
Oh,
Like, yeah, not your whole leg. Like push down with your knee. Down, yeah. I don't know if that makes
I get it. I just don't know that I can do it.
like if you had a screw right through the side of your knee is kind of like you don't like, it's like everything else comes off. See how my knee stays in place? Because a lot of times what we do is we bend the knee. Okay, so the knee gets bent.
Okay.
What you wanted to do is, if you had a screw right there, everything kind of. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah, so you have a screw right there.
Okay.
Your leg, so everything. This comes up. This, flexes. Because you're going to be flexing.
Yep.
that, oh, that's looking, there you look like you're doing something different. Up a little better? Looks better.
So that's good. My foot keeps, my left foot keeps bouncing out.
That's because you're one-sided, or that's what, I tend to do the same thing. So try and think of, I know here's a lot of information, but you got to keep your knee, and then you have to actually think leg kind of long on the outside if you have to, so that you keep it long on that side. So that means you're actually probably have an easier time on the circle in this direction. So yeah, let's try. Find that place again. Something's looking better.
Yeah, this one feels better.
Yeah, and actually you had that nice rhythm going the other way, even if you felt you were probably a little side to side off. But you're starting to hold your knee stable. So this, like your posting coming up, doesn't look so bouncy.
Okay.
So just fiddle, like say, like are my ankles tied, or my feet tied, or something. He's liking that.
I don't know what it is. Probably because I'm not in his mouth and I'm not leaning forward.
Lift your toe. How's that feel?
Okay.
Okay.
My feet are staying in the stirrup, which
Okay.
is usually not what happens when I lift my
So
toes.
that looks like, so it's like a, because it looked to me like you're tight in your ankle, and maybe that's the whole heel down thing. So what I do when I ride, especially in a saddle, is I'm constantly like scanning my body. Okay, so I'll go, okay, oh, my ankles are tight. Okay, what do I need to do? You know, and I'll experiment with trying to figure out, because no matter what anybody tells you, you got to be able to. I mean, me or somebody else can help you to find it to a certain degree, but you're still going to find what feels right to you, feels right to him. But you already look like you're able to hold your knee steady, so that's good. So I would actually like to, let's see how you're standing. So if you look down, should we go right down the center? Does it?
Nope, I'm over here, the saddle's over here.
Yeah, exactly. So now, very gently, stand up and make your leg long on that side. And really you got to think like, okay, so you would like almost like think like toe up, and like you're trying to stretch your leg out without drifting forward. You don't want to drift forward. It's like lift up and long, not this.
Right.
So lift your toe up, and then think like make your heel long, like you're trying to touch the ground. Oh, I wonder if. I was thinking like standing. The standing might help you to make sure, even though you are getting better, like the knee and this, but you have to be able to hold this. Okay, so feel that. Now keep your toe. Now sit down and relax. Roll your hips back a little bit. But see, now you're pushing it. So you need to. There. Okay, now stand up and keep pointing it. Okay. Feel where it feels good. Now see if you can sit down without moving your leg. Much better. That was way better.
But now
because you immediately wanted to push forward.
Now my upper body feels forward.
Well, that's because you're done. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Can you see your toe? Okay. So that's one of the things that Colleen Kelly says. She says, because then you wouldn't have to look down. But is to keep just the tip of your toes so you can see it, and that's actually where stand up again. 2 points. There you go. Yeah, find it. You tell me what feels right. All right.
It feels.
Okay. Do you feel stable?
No.
but actually that time you didn't move your foot as much. Okay. Okay. Now go ahead and sit down. There, that was better.
Okay.
See, you're not pushing your toes forward now, because that's what you're kind of like doing that. You lean forward like that.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to get it kind of sit back. You know,
Okay.
because let's see. You know, if you're
They say that you want to be able to take the horse out from underneath you and still be standing on
Right.
the ground.
but it's in a position where, like, I can see my toes right now. Okay. My back has a nice flow to it, and see, then my knees. Okay, so and I can't do it from here because I have to lift my legs to do it. Because you don't go like that. That's how a lot of times people do it. See, my knees are moving. It's not the knees, it's the legs. And it's hard to do on the ground. And until, like, think like if I had a spring right here, okay, I would lift up, but this would kind of stay behind. Like, let's see how do I explain that? It's like, it's actually a string here.
Yeah.
So you pull up on your belly button. So pull your belly button forward.
I can't.
I have a string tied right here.
Okay.
And if I pulled it straight up, your belly button would follow me.
Not very well.
So it's like a watch. Okay. Here's my string. I can't do it without straightening my legs.
And I can't do it without going forward with my upper body.
So you got the bottom. Let's see. It's like you have to like kind of like, okay, oh, the Michael Jackson one, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So it actually has to come from your crotch. It's got to go like
Grab.
do you know what I'm saying?
I just can't do it standing still. I don't think anyway.
Okay, don't rock.
Okay.
Is it because, oh, so your foot got forward again. Okay, make sure your feet are under you.
Okay.
Now I'll try. I'm going to push you.
Okay. You're gonna have to.
1, 2, 3, up. Okay, now tuck your butt. There you go. It's like tuck it. Like,
I'm doing this right.
but it's just all your stuff is right here. If you could get the pelvis up, exaggerated.
I'm trying.
Is it hard for you to physically do it? Or because you're laughing?
At the standstill, it really is, because my center of gravity is like I have like nothing to push this up with. Like
Okay,
without going forward.
You do, because you're using momentum, okay? And you like, okay, that's like pushing myself. Okay, but it kind of throws you off balance. So it's more of a control thing. You got to find out what muscles in my legs and where do my legs need to be able to just go and stand up and push my hips forward. That's getting better. Yeah, that's getting better. And part of it is physically you're not used to doing it,
Yeah.
so it burns probably.
Not from a standstill. not without throwing something forward.
There you go. Maybe stand. There, good. Go up. There, that's better. You're not pushing, so that's good. Your leg goes to be forward though.
Yes, it does.
Okay, let's see what the other side feels like. Okay, toe up. Yeah, it's kind of like probably a push, like the heel. Yeah, that's okay. You tend to push this one forward a little bit more, but you felt, at least you had your knee standing, you're pretty stationary now. There you go. You feel that? I can see it.
Okay, good.
So does that make sense?
Yeah. I guess it's just a matter of doing it
Yeah.
right.
Well, and doing it often enough because there's a lot of muscle memory right there.
Yeah.
Because you're like trying, okay, your legs are, your knees aren't moving a lot, but they're moving enough that now you're going to hold your knees still, and you keep your toes up. The toes up make a big difference to me. And so when I do that scan, I go, okay, because my ankles tend to get tight. My ankles and my hips, which I think are the same places as you. So I'll go, oh, no, my ankle's tight. Okay, what do I toe up? Or is it too far forward? What do I need to do? And I just kind of experiment with that. So if I trot you around, I want you to kind of do that and see if you can find the place where you feel like you, and tell me
Okay.
when you feel. I gotta get, yeah, it'll get easier as he starts, because he's kind of pushing on me right now.
Okay.
Sorry,
No.
I had to kind of push him out because
No
he
worries.
was leaning on me pretty good. Okay, now, whoa, look at that. Wow. Actually, you went right with him, it looked like, too. I just happened to be looking right at the right place. So if he's leaning on me, which is the leg you like long? Outside leg. That's why he's leaning on me. Okay, so what's happening is, okay, when I send him on the circle this way, because you tend to weight this, or wait, which one gets short? Which one do you lose your stirrup on?
This one.
Okay, so that means, because when you turn like away, actually you don't like, you like go, let's go that way. So you kind of actually put a little bit more weight on your stirrup, like a little weight on that stirrup to make that turn. So you're heavier on the outside because this one keeps popping up.
Right.
So you're actually drawing him out that way, and vice versa when we go the other way. Does that make sense? So you may have to really think about keeping, imagine like leg long, trying to touch the ground as much as you can with a relaxed kind of feel to it. There we go. That already feels better. He's not pulling on me right now.
I'm not coasting either.
Okay. Toe up. There you go. Which will sometimes also slow him down if you do a lot of it. There, he's like pulling, got that leg long to the inside. What am I doing? Oh, sorry. I'm flailing around. He's like, what? Look out there. There you go. In for a gig. Trying to get him to find a... Okay, let's try that. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Put your thumb under your seat. Whoa. Little turd. That makes it really hard to learn. Line a little bit. You need to be able to canter long enough where he's not bracy in order for you to really feel it. We'll just keep trying.
This is one of the nicer canners I've ridden on.
Yeah, I was going to say, you need, so weight on your inside stirrup a little bit more, because pulling on me again. Ready?
Uh-huh.
There. I'm sorry, I had to, shit!
It's alright, it's all good.
I rewarded it because I was like, wow, that's beautiful right there, and then I forgot to tell you. Sorry. But that was a really nice canter right there. At least the way it looked all nice and controlled.
And it's nice not to have to be the one squeezing him to get him to go.
Right.
And it makes me feel so much more relaxed. I mean, most of the time when we canter, I don't sit it. I don't sit his canter. Because with me having to have my leg on him all the time, I'm actually kind of two-pointing the canter the entire time.
Yeah, that's no fun. And it actually just gets worse because it keeps rolling them out. So, I mean, you'd be better off letting them break gate and go right back in. Go, break gate. Oh, okay, you got to break gate, but let's go. Oh, okay, break gate. Okay, let's go. It's like that promptness where you have to say, okay, if you want to break gate, that's fine, but it's not going to be pleasant.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to keep asking you. You know, and that's the trying to prevent the mistake. You know, you got to allow him to make it, but just don't, you know, it's like if you had a horse that was too fast, you know, they break it, you're like, yeah, let's stay here for a while, you know. You're not going to do that same kind of thing. He needs you to say, you know, oh, okay, you want to trot? So now it's like you're kind of following him for a little bit, but then you're encouraging. Follow, encourage. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah. It feels pretty good.
And actually, riding it a little loose is probably better.
Until it's too loose and he goes that way.
Yeah.
I go that way.
But just a little bit. If you can be comfortable with it. It's like, I'm going to go that way. Okay, we're going to go. Actually, let's go this way. We'll check it out. Okay, ready?
Yep. Right side.
Okay. So what are you going to do? Outside leg long. Go up. It's looking a lot better. All right. Tired?
No, just I'm losing. My focus just wavered.
Yeah. A little RV action
Yeah.
going on.
Like, oh, I want to read
Wow, look at that. Look at that, though. Look at that.
Hey, Tony.
Look at that. Good. He's like, oh, can I stop too?
Oh, she said, good boy. I can stop. Yeah, that's always a fun one.
Got Phil good?
Yeah.
So I think what I'm going to do to see if maybe we can work on the counter walk transition is I'm going to ask him to trot, and I'll do how about if I do 2 cones, and then I'll see if I can get him to canter nicely for 2 cones, and then I'll trot 2 cones again.
Okay.
And let's work on seeing if we can get him a little bit more consistent in the canter.
Okay.
Okay, so. Get him going in the trot, and then I'll ask, I think, at the barrel.
Okay.
Because he's kind of going back to the other horses then. I can't tell that he's like going to the outside, inside of those cones. Wow, you're staying up with this trot right there. Hold on right there like you were.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, that is a nice trot. How does that feel?
Fast.
Okay, but does it still feel kind of smooth? Ooh, there we go. How's that feel?
That feels better. The other one felt like either I'm
Behind.
behind or in front of It felt choppy.
Okay, let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. It's like my eyesight is not the greatest.
Oh.
Like I can't tell when I'm going to the outside of the cone. So I was like, oh shit, I'm going to the outside. I'm gonna get that one over there fixed up.
Oh,
I think I'll work on that this week. And then we can go in the round pen. So we can have that round and get him out there and see if we can get him going a little bit. Ready? Stop. I'll ask you again for the canter. I gotta come back in here. Shit. Okay. Okay. You know what though? He actually looks pretty relaxed. Normally, his head really there it comes up a little bit.
I switched hands,
Oh, okay.
so I'm wondering if that threw him off. Because I went from the outside hand, Charlie kept all the weight where it's supposed to do the inside hand.
Okay, so why is he not cantering? Is this his hard side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to add my leg behind him?
Think about this. Okay, so you tend to weight this side. And actually weight the outside. Is that correct? The left stirrup is the one that falls out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really want you to, like, maybe when you get to this cone, start to really exaggerate your weight to the outside.
Okay.
There you got it. Go, ride. Oops, fuck. Oh, sorry.
No, this is my awkward side as well.
Okay. So,
Because I went to.
we'll do it again. Outside leg. Oh, he's gonna blow. Or he looks like he was going to change his mind. It looks like he really wants to. He hasn't yet. Okay, outside leg long. Outside leg long. Oh. I know, I'm sorry.
That's all right. No, I just feel like I'm in his way.
There you go. Go. Ride. I'm going to try and run go around the cone if you need to. Oh, that was good though. I'd take that. If I could get around without running into anything. It's like I'm trying to give him the freedom to kind of go, but at the same time. Because what I noticed he does, and this is probably from you weighting your right leg a lot, he has a lot, when I go to ask him, he's really falling to the inside. He looks really heavy, like he's like, I can't lift that leg light. So, try it again. Outside leg, outside hip. Got it though.
Ooh, I'm leaning in.
Okay, so that's what I mean. So you might even have to like feel like you're like kind of what's the other thing? Let me think. Because look, see, I can go like this if my outside leg is long. It's hard to get that up. And he's definitely got the habit. You can see it the way he tries to position his body. He's like, I can't do that. But he, he got experience that he did. But you could tell I was like, why is he struggling like that? But now I know why. And Sam, you're normal. You're like everybody else. I went through this whole thing, the same thing. I still go through the same thing sometimes. Okay. Ready? Want to try the other side? Let's see. No, we did the other side. I think actually we should do this side a few more times. Even if we get a few good strides. But I'd like to see him like, I need to practice this pattern, but I'd really like not to have it in here right now. Like aiming for where the cinch is or by the groin. helps a lot when you like need to push their shoulder or. Really twist your hand back, like on the outside. Yeah, I'll wait till we see. That's why you want to sit on your thumb. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
Sit on your thumb. Okay, try again. Out. Devil. Go there, mister. Okay, shot. Okay, ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, no, it might be going.
No, what's going?
I think the saddle's slipping.
Now you're weighted so much you actually were long on the outside. So you have to be conscious of that because it's like if you lean in, he's gonna go in. If you lean out, it's gonna pull him out. So you gotta kind of find let's go this way, let's go that way. So it's kind of like a constant balancing act. But the hardest part is when you do what you're doing because it's like you don't even realize that you're off.
Uh-huh.
And then when you go to ask, you're like, why is it not happening? And it's because of that, but you've developed a habit of being that way. The saddle was, I remember the first time I rode Bella in a lesson, probably 12, when she was probably 5, and I rode her in the arena, and she was like, you're crooked. I was like, I'm crooked. I didn't feel like I was crooked. Oh, that was one of the things that Linda had me do was to think about what good way you could check to see if you get crooked is if you pull your elbows into your side, keep your elbows close to your side, you can kind of get a feel for when your hip is closer to your elbow. It's like it changes the way it feels. So you can tell if you collapse, because that's what happens is if you get long on that side, your hip on this side collapses, and then everything's like, Try one more time, bud. Because part of it is that I'm asking him to go in. He's not going into the canter. He's not. Let's see if I can just get him to speed up the trot. There we go. Okay, no, that's a little bit down. Right, that. There you go. Keep going if you can. Oh! Are you okay if I went out there?
We can try it.
Okay, let's.
Worst case, I fall off. My helmet's on.
Oh, remind me. I do have one.
Yep.